Hi, good evening, everyone. How are you? So today is Wednesday and it is our small group time. So we're going to do a few things, but the first thing I want to do that I forgot to do yesterday on small groups was I'm a Little Teapot, was our rhyme. And those of you who joined us in the morning, we talked about how this pink thing right here is a teapot. And so you put hot tea in it. And whenever you want to drink of it, you lift it up by its handle. This is the handle. And you pour the tea out the spout. So the tea comes out the spout when you lift it up. So you go, whoop. And we turned ourselves into teapots. Remember, we gave ourselves a handle. So we just took our hand and put it on our hip. And then we took our other hand and put it kind of out, but like make your hand kind of like this. Yeah, and you become a little teapot. So let's go ahead and do our teapot. I'll say it, and we're going to be listening for those rhyming words in it. And we said that the rhyming words were stout and spout. Remember, this is our spout. And this teapot, we said, is really short. And when we say stout, that means like all compacted together, all like, so it's stout and spout. Those two words rhyme because they both have that same out sound at the end. And then also at the end of the poem, when it shouts, so shout and out. So I want you to be listening for the spout, stout, shout, out. All of those words rhyme. And go ahead and act it out with me. So we start off being a teapot and we say, I'm a little teapot, short and stout. Here is my handle, here is my spout. When I get all steamed up, hear me shout, tip me over and pour me out. Isn't that fun? And so you can practice that. You can watch this video as many times as you want and you can become a little teapot, short and stout. And did you hear those? Short, stout, spout, out. Those were out rhyming words. They all had that same out sound at the end. Excellent. So that was our rhyme of the week. A couple other things we're going to do. I want to do a little bit of practice on our letter U since we missed a day on Monday. And so remember, we were saying that this is our new letter and we can make it with our hands like this. We kind of curve our hands up. And so we can make the letter U. And we said the letter U has two sounds. It can say its name, which is the long sound U in words like unicorn or uniform, but it also has a second sound. We call that its short sound. And it can say ah, like in umpire or up. And so it can say U or ah. And this morning we counted some letters and we just added our friend letter, the S, in because it was a nice curvy letter. And I'm going to go ahead and let's count these together. Remember, we always start with number 1 and I'm going to make a pattern and I want to see if you can see what letters I repeat over and over again. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 letters. Let's count those. Go a little faster now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Can you see the pattern that I made? Let's say the letters together. U, U, S. U, U, S. U, U, S. What was the pattern? It was U, U, S. And it repeated again, U, U, S. And then it repeated down here, U, U, S. So our pattern for today was U, U, S. U, U, S. I love that. Excellent job on your patterns and your counting. I appreciate that. Okay, so yesterday I sent you guys some videos about your names. And so I'm thinking of, let's say, Issa's name. And he has 4 letters in his name, I-S-S-E. And his song was I-S-S-E, da-na-na-na-na-na. Have you been practicing? And if you had 5 letters in your name, you do it to the tune of bingo, like Sade. S-U, S-U-D-E-A, 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 and today is your name. Oh, and then we had Andres and Zahara who did theirs with a different tune. So hopefully you've been practicing your name, singing the letters of your name. And another really important thing I want you to do, I don't have it with me right here, but I gave everybody their name sheet. Oh, I might. It looks like this. And this was my daughter's name, but this had your name on it somewhere. And I hope that you're practicing either if you're ready to do your name underneath, which I saw on Hill was working on his, Jack was working on his. So people have been sending them to me, and keep that up. But if you're not quite ready to write your own letters, make sure that you're at least copying over the ones that I already had for you. And remember, where do we start our letters? Where do we start our letters? At the top. Oh, where do we start our letters? At the top. If you want to start a letter, then you better start your letters at the top. And then we say, is this the top, top, top? No, it's the bottom. Is this the top, top, top? No, it's the middle. Is this the top, top, top? Yes, it's the top, top, top. Oh, where do you start your letters? At the top. Excellent. And so just quickly, that just means that whenever we're starting any of our letters, we're going to pinch our writing, whatever we're writing with, and we put this middle finger right underneath, and all your other fingers rest under, and we start our letters at the very top. So this is Maddie. So I'm going to start my M, straight line down and hop to the top, down, up, down, and then I stop. And same thing with my letter A. I'm going to do 2 diagonal lines down, starting at the top. And my D, I'm going to drop down and hop to the top and give it a big rainbow to the bottom. And my Y is 1 small line to the middle, jump to the top, and then 1 diagonal line down. So that's me practicing my daughter's name, but I hope you practice your name. It's really important, and it's something that we're going to really be working on. And those of you that are going to kindergarten next year, you will be writing your name a lot. And those of you who will be coming back to pre-K next year, we're going to keep working on it and get it just right. Excellent. Okay, so let's go on and move to our letter U again. So here's our letter U, and our capital letter U. And remember, both U's make 2 different sounds, U and ah. And so when we write our letter U, we drop down, not quite a straight line, and we curve and then come straight back up. And then the lowercase one, we do the same thing. We drop down, we come back up, but this time you do a straight line down. And I want to show you that. And so inside your learning kits is a sheet that looks, actually, let me use the same sheet as you all have. That way it's not confusing. Thank you for waiting patiently. This was my other U sheet, and it has a picture of an umbrella. So this, the word umbrella starts with the letter U, but it starts with the letter U and it makes the sound. Okay, but let's do the one you have. So if you have this close by, go ahead and grab it. You can pause my video, and I like to put it in the sheet protector so I can practice over and over again. And we already sung our song, so we know that we're going to start this letter at the bottom. Let me see if this light helps. Okay, or we start this letter at the top. We never start at the bottom or the middle. Okay, so I'm going to pinch my fingers here. And remember, what's nice about these sheets are you can practice on the letter U's that are already there. So we start at the top, and we slowly drop down until we get to that dirt line, and then we curl back up and stop. And with the lowercase u, you do the same thing, but this time you start at the top of the letter, but right on that middle line, and you drop down. You do the same thing, but this time you're going to follow that line straight back down until you get to that bottom line. So that's what I want you to do today, is I want you to practice your U's. And if you get really brave, try your own. And again, it's really nice to use this sheet, the sheet protector, because if you're all done And, or if you make a mistake, you can just erase it and try again. We always like to, mistakes just mean we're learning. Mistakes are a great thing. That means that you're trying and you're learning and you're getting better. So I love when people make mistakes because that means they're trying. Okay, we did our rhyme, we did our letter U today, and I think we're going to end today with a book. And this book is also in your learning kit, and we're not going to read all of it. We're going to read some more of it the next day. But let's go ahead and take a closer look at it so I can share my screen with you and show it to you. And so remember, when we have any type of book, we always start from the front cover and we turn the page one at a time. And sometimes they're numbered, so you can actually see this is number 1. This is number 2. And so that just helps me keep in order, right? But the first thing I do when I pick up any new book is I like to first look at the picture on the front cover, the illustration, which is that fancy word for picture. And I see a little girl and she has the recycle symbol on her. I see some hands holding up the world, and I see a little boy and he has the recycle symbol. So that makes, maybe they're going to talk about recycling or how we can help our earth. It looks like they're all holding up the earth. And you might not be able to read these words, but what we can do is count how many are there. This is the title. And remember, when you put the title and the picture or the illustration together, that tells you what this book's about. So remember, we know that each word stops when you get to this blank space here. Here's that blank space. And so I'll count each word first, and then I'll read it to you. So let's count how many words are in the title. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There are 5 words, and I'm going to make my mouth start with the W sound. We can help the earth. We can help the earth. So this book must be about helping the earth. Okay, so let's turn the page. And this one has dots, so I can just count along with it. And if you have this book handy, you can read along with me. And every time I go to a new word, you can tap the dot underneath. We can help the earth. And this little girl says, we can help. And we talked about this too, that exclamation point right here, this little symbol right here. This shows that they're excited. That's called an exclamation mark. So when we read it, we say, we can help, instead of we can help. It's we can help. Okay. How can we help? And he says, how? And I know that they were asking a question because this mark right here is a question mark. That tells me that there's a question. So now it's going to get into how can we as kids and grown-ups help the earth? We can pick up trash. Have you ever seen trash when you took a walk outside, or maybe you're just walking through the living room and you saw like a little piece of trash that wasn't put away? And have you ever picked it up and put it in the trash can or in a recycling bin? I know I have. I like when things are nice and clean and tidy. Let's see what else we can do to help the earth. We'll do 2 more pages today. Okay, this is something we can do in the spring when it gets a little warmer. We can plant flowers and trees. We definitely can do that. And if we get back to school, maybe we can do that together. Okay, let's stop on page 5 for today. Here's something else we can do. We can turn off the lights. Oh, that's a great way to reduce some energy. So whenever you're not in a room and the light's still on, that's kind of silly. Why would we keep a light on that's in a room that no one's in? So you can go and turn it off when you're leaving. But then when you go back in, you can turn it back on. So when Miss Michelle is done here, I'm going to be done in here. So I'm going to turn off all my lights and then I can go to a different room. Excellent. I hope you guys enjoyed our small group today, talking about how we can help the earth. We talked about our I'm a little teapot, and you can act that out. I want you to keep practicing your names with your songs. I was thinking of Malia's. Malia's, it goes to Twinkle Twinkle, and it's MaliYah. It's just fun to sing our names in songs. So if you haven't already listened to your name song, ask your grown-up to let you listen to it, and keep practicing it. And once you get really good at it, I want to hear it. So you can either sing it to me sometime during morning meeting, or you can just send it to me in a video, or the next time I see you. And I had a lot of fun with you today. So let's go ahead and get our goodbye hands up. Okay, and we're gonna wave goodbye. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. I'm gonna give you big heart hands and tell you I love you so much, and I hope you listen to our read aloud for today. And I'll see you later. Bye, everyone.